What is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. That's EpicConversions.com, EpicConversions.com. And today I want to talk to you guys about Marketing Hero Ball, online business Hero Ball. I just want to talk to you about Hero Ball when it comes to your business. Me now, I've been guilty and continue to be guilty of marketing Hero Ball. And let me explain what that is. Essentially, Hero Ball, it's a sports term, basketball term. And it's where you got a player who basically wants to, control the ball and always be the one to shoot the ball. Like, they're not a good team player. They try to do everything themselves. Generally, Hero Ball is a negative term because it's an indication that this particular person's not a good team player, and usually they don't help the team win. There's a difference between what someone like Michael Jordan did, where they put the team on their back all the time and win the game, and someone who's playing Hero Ball and wants to do everything and ends up costing the game. So generally it's a negative term, but the way I'm using it in marketing here, when we talk about marketing Hero Ball, it's not always necessarily a negative term. It's just a simple fact that you want to do everything yourself all the time. You're guilty of marketing Hero Ball. Whether you feel like you can't afford to hire anyone else to do anything, or you feel like no one else is going to do a good enough job, so you're just going to do it yourself because you know what your vision is and you don't think anyone else is going to be able to do a good enough job, or you think it's just going to take longer for someone else to do the job that you want done. These are some of the reasons why people play marketing Hero Ball. So sometimes it's about control. Like, you want to control every aspect of what's going on. Now me, personally, I've probably been guilty of all those things. I have not wanted to hire people before because I felt like I just couldn't afford to hire people right now for a particular job. I have not hired people because I felt like, why am I going to hire people when they're just going to mess it up? I'm going to have to tell them how to do it again, and then it's just going to take even longer. Might as well do it myself. All the reasons I mentioned, I have been guilty of playing marketing Hero Ball for those reasons. Now, I say this as someone who has hired people before. I have hired people to write my sales copy before. I have hired people to do my sales pages before. I have hired people to write before. I have hired people to do my JV recruitment before. I've hired people to do pretty much all aspects of my business at different points, except my email marketing. I've never hired anyone to do my email marketing. But so I will say, in my defense, when it comes to marketing Hero Ball, the reasons I gave why people play marketing Hero Ball, they are legitimate concerns. They are legitimate reasons, because, for example, this idea of never of like not hiring people because it's better. It's like you're better off just doing it yourself because they're just gonna mess it up, and you're gonna have to have it revised like 5 times. Like that idea, I didn't just hallucinate that idea. Like that literally happened to me on several occasions. So that's why I feel that way. However, like I am smart enough to know, and if you're out there and you're playing marketing hero ball, you should be smart enough to know that there's a lot of cons associated with marketing hero ball. The biggest con is growth. It's hard to grow past a certain point when you want to do everything yourself. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you hire some people, even if like the job's not getting done as well as you did it before, you're still probably going to be able to grow past where you were working by yourself. And then, let's be real, another weakness of marketing hero ball is that like you might be getting somewhat better at a bunch of different things, which is what I've done. I've gotten decent at a bunch of different things. Oh, content, product creation, yeah, I can do that. I've gotten decent at that. Social media advertising, sure, I've gotten okay at that. Email marketing, yeah, I'm very good at that. I've gotten okay at a lot of things. Kind of like a jack of all trades kind of thing. You gotta be when you're playing marketing hero ball. You gotta be a jack of all trades. You're doing everything yourself. I'll give you an example. Recently, I did a print book. I sold a print book, and I wanted to do everything myself. I didn't even want to go through like a fulfillment house for the publishing. I in my mind, I was like, hey, I used to sell on Amazon and eBay all the time. I can send anywhere these books go, and I don't think I'm going to sell more than 50 of them. So I can fulfill that many myself. So I did. And it was a lot of work, to be honest with you. It was a lot of work. It made me take a step back. I planned on publishing 6 print books for the year. And after that one experience, I took a step back like, maybe 2. Maybe 2 for the year. And the trouble is not writing them. The trouble is fulfilling them. Fulfilling the books, making sure all the books get to where they need to get to, especially if you're sending worldwide. You got to worry about customs. You got to fill out, extra forms and stuff. It's just a pain in the neck. But the thing is, if I would have worked through a fulfillment house or a mailing house, it wouldn't have been a big deal. I just would have wrote the book, turned it in, they would have took care of that stuff, But I didn't, because I am used to playing marketing hero ball. And that's the true reason. Now, I told myself that the true reason was I've never done this before, and I want to understand what all aspects look like. And, that's legitimate, that's true. But I tend to think, if I'm being honest, a part of it is just because I'm comfortable doing everything. And I don't want to outsource anything. A part of it. Now, am I glad I did everything on that print book sale? Yeah, I'm glad, because now I know what needs to be done. I know how every aspect of it works. So, like, if I do go to a fulfillment service or a mailing house, then I will know exactly what they need to be able to do for me. So, yeah, I think that's good. in a way. But also, the way I did it, I think might have been a little bit bad because it changed my viewpoint on the whole thing. I went from wanting to do 6 books in a year to wanting to do now maybe 2. Just because I didn't like that experience very much. So these are kind of like some aspects of Marketing Hero Ball that you got to think about. I think ultimately it comes down to like how big do you want your business to be, Because if you don't want your business to grow beyond a certain point, if you just want like a kitchen table style business, that pays your bills and provides you with a healthy income, then you can play Marketing Hero Ball. You can keep it smaller. But if you want to grow bigger, then you have to accept the fact that you're going to need a little help. And that's just the way it is. So again, if you're out there right now and you're playing a little Marketing Hero Ball, I think that what you need to do is you really need to ask yourself, what's the goal of your business? How big do you want this thing to be? Because I can tell you, if you're playing Marketing Hero Ball, you can only grow so big by yourself. It's like impossible to grow beyond a certain point. And also, getting to that point is going to be infinitely harder if you're doing it by yourself. The reason is, you might learn how to get good at certain skills, but there are people out there who have a talent for those skills. They are just really good at them. That's the only thing they do. So, to me, it's far better if you have a basic understanding of a skill set, then you find someone to help you who complements you, who is amazing at that certain skill, right? Because the reason why is you're going to grow faster. That's the bottom line. We can take copy, for example. You do your own copy. That's fine. I've done my own copy for years. But for many of those years, I was not good at all. Even now, I would not say I'm a great copywriter, sales page copywriter. I'm okay. I try to look at like sales copy like email copy. And it's a little different. So anyways, the point is, let me wrap this up. The point is, Marketing Hero Ball is one of those things where if you want to grow beyond a certain point, you gotta break the habit of playing Marketing Hero Ball all the time. If you're okay being a one-man band, kitchen table entrepreneur, keep on playing Marketing Hero Ball. But I will tell you, one of the things I have suffered from over the years, I wouldn't want to say suffer, but one of the things that has happened to me over the years playing all this Marketing Hero Ball is burnout. If you play Marketing Hero Ball, you're more susceptible to burnout. You always feel like you got a million things to do. Just some things to keep in mind. I'm not criticizing Marketing Hero Ball, and I'm not putting it on a pedestal either. If you've been listening or watching all these podcasts, these Thoughts on a Walk podcasts, if there's one thing about me I hope you've gotten, it's that I want to see both sides of everything. I'm a very practical kind of person. I don't like to put things on pedestals. I don't like to lambast things indiscriminately. I like to see the pros and cons of everything. Ideally, when I look at the pros and cons of everything, the pros outweigh the cons for me. When I look at something and I don't see any cons, then I don't trust it. That's how I do it. That's how I see things. So anyways, look, if any of this has resonated with you, be sure to get over to epicconversions.com, join my newsletter, my free newsletter. That's epicconversions.com. I send out 3 to 6 times a week. I like to think I put my best free content out by email newsletter, not by random walking video. So anyways, hope this has been helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace now.